Uncle Jeb shows Wanda why they haven't starved to death yet.
Same way the magicians do it. Mirrors. Care to join us, Jamie?
I was eavesdropping. They hear a helicopter overhead and decide they need to quickly reposition the mirrors to avoid drawing any attention to themselves. The Seeker sees something glimmering down below, so she says,
I saw evidence of humans.
I see evidence of us.
I see that your unnecessarily obsessive design choices are working out well for you, but if it really was this guy that they saw in the first place, does it not seem kinda odd from this angle? And if it actually was the mirrors, wouldn't they not be reflecting the sun's light directly back up? I mean, the light would have to be coming in at a downward angle anyway for the crops, and they only repositioned the mirrors to be moving downwards. Just don't think about it. So now the Seekers have left, so Uncle Jeb says,
Jamie, why don't you take over guard duty for a spell?
What do I do?
You just keep an eye on it and you'll figure it out.
This way.
You can't give a boy a loaded gun.
That's right, I didn't.
isn't the kid like right there? And aren't you in a cave?
Sound travels in these caves.
The post-production echo effect is still audible during this line.
That's right, I didn't.
You think you should be a little bit quieter if you're gonna keep secrets? Why'd you do this anyway? Nah, I just want this kid to fuck off. So even though he's been given the responsibility of keeping watch, he decides to take Wanda to the glowworm room. She decides to let Jamie in on the secret that Melanie is still alive in her consciousness. And it's about this point in the book where she'd be explaining exactly how her species conquered Earth. I don't know how I couldn't have looked that up, because to me it made no sense in the movie. Like, if the only way to get inside a host body as an alien is to get another alien that's already inside a host body to perform surgery and cut open a host body's neck to stick you inside, then how did the first alien get inside the first host body on Earth? Andrew Niccol apparently decided that none of this is important. And of course, Stephanie Meyer's explanation sounds kinda stupid. Supposedly the Souls had taken over a planet of giant spiders, and they were super smart and built a spaceship to conquer Earth as giant spiders, but then decided to live inside humans and not the giant spiders instead. Here's an excerpt from the book's wiki page. Spiders are about the mass of cow, but are shorter and leaner. Their fingers have 6 joints and are strong and slender as steel threads and capable of the most complex procedures. Their 12 eyes, one at each place where a limb and the main body meet, which don't see much color, are protected by thick eyelashes, comparable to steel wool. Still, this wiki page did not go into too much detail about it, and the inconsistent spelling errors left me a little unsatisfied. So I decided to look in the actual book for more answers. And shockingly, the book did not go into much detail either. Apparently, the only reason the giant spiders aren't still on Earth is because they have a super short lifespan. But that still totally doesn't explain why they wouldn't reproduce on Earth. If these giant spiders were such an important asset for them conquering this planet in the first place, and they completely overpower humans both physically and mentally, then why aren't they using giant spiders to try and stomp out the human fucking resistance? They were like, well, we already have one human as a host body. It would be cheating if we used spiders to capture the rest of them. Let's make things more difficult for ourselves. So even if we're going to pretend like that makes any sense, then how did you get the first giant spider as a host? The fact that these souls need host bodies to infect host bodies in the first place kind of makes their existence fucking impossible. Like, I know we can force in a stretched explanation if we really want. Many light years away on the planet of giant retarded possums, a possum named Steve cut open the back of his neck and stuck one of us inside. No, just don't think about it because it's retarded. As soon as you start actually using your brain, you cease to become the target audience for this story.
I always tell people that The Host is a science fiction story that's for people who don't like science fiction.
So these guys are getting food and supplies from the store. A seeker confronts them, but they knock him out like fucking nothing.
Can I help you?
They tie him up and decide to take him with them. The next morning, the crops are ready to harvest. Wanda and Ian start really hitting it off, despite Melanie having no interest in that guy.
He tried to kill you. Don't you dare smile at him.
What the fuck? Fuck. Oh my god, I heard some helicopters. I'm gonna cut my fucking leg. So before you actually heard the helicopter, were the crops you were cutting right behind you? I'm starting to see why you didn't give this kid a loaded gun. So these guys are on their way back, and holy shit, how long has it been since they left? Is this like a 20-hour trip or what? Why the fuck would you take your glasses off? Like, teehee, now that we're closer to our hideout that holds the last chance for humanity, we don't have to be as careful. It's still sunny out too. You think they'd be useful.
There. That one drives faster than the limit.
You had one job. All you had to do was not speed and they wouldn't have noticed. Literally all you had to do was drive the exact same speed as every single other car around you. It's not like you're the only one on the road without a self-driving car. It should have been the easiest thing in the world. Fire! Well, this is dumb.
You ain't doing any good! I don't care! Keep firing!
This is fun. Yes, continue shooting at the armored helicopter and don't even bother trying to shoot out the tires of the vehicles or motorcyclists. Oh no, I've ran out of ammo and they've surrounded us. There's only one thing left to do. You know, you'd think that living in a dangerous world where aliens can control your bodies and then read your thoughts to find out where your friends are hiding out, that maybe the people that are doing the dangerous runs for supplies would have some sort of suicide option lined up. You know, like maybe a cyanide pill or just a pistol with 2 bullets in it just in case. Like, what if there was nothing for you to run into and they caught you? If you had a guaranteed way of committing suicide, then you could have sent them on a little bit more of a chase. Why not just drive into the city and wreak some havoc? Apparently they're super non-violent, so it's not like they were gonna shoot at you. Like, fuck, they were just dancing around and intimidating you the whole time. How did they capture all of humanity again? Hum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum, don't mind us and our sunglasses. You know, considering the only way for even the aliens to distinguish themselves from the humans is because of their eyes, you'd think with all the ridiculous supplies that they've already raided, that maybe by now somebody would have figured out how to steal or make bright blue contact lenses. Like, seriously, that's all you would need and you'd be able to save humanity easily.
Contacts must have been a pain in the eye.
They were.
I thought that was superimposed.
No, I mean, maybe they enhanced them, I'm not sure, but they were pretty freaky in real life. They were definitely there.
Supposedly, this entire species trusts each other for no fucking reason, so it seems like you could easily get a lot of information out of one of them. Like, hey, just passing through here, but since I got you, could you remind me where we've confiscated all the United States military equipment again? Oh, I'll show you something really cool if you give me the keys to that tank and let me in. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Alright, I'm kinda confused. Did the Souls seriously never use weapons this whole time? How the fuck did you conquer the gun-crazy United States of America? Just don't think about it, cause giant spiders. But don't even think about the giant spiders, cause that's in the book and not the movie. Just don't think about it at all. You are really not doing a good job.
No! Let him catch us!
Oh no, I dropped my gun. So instead of grabbing the gun right away, they decide their priority is kidnapping this man. Here, let me help you kidnap me by standing up for you. Oh no, I guess we should have gotten the gun first. Alright, I'm clearly not a gun expert, but how many times did that gun shoot without reloading? So apparently this is the first time anyone in their species has ever fired a gun.
Seeker, this is not who we are. You've killed a soul.
Okay, so this one Seeker is just super irrational and kind of completely contradicts the idea that our species is supposed to be mentally harmonious. If they're so socially advanced that they don't even fucking lie to each other, you'd think that they wouldn't be so fucking hypocritical. We need to control humans because they are bad and kill people. We don't kill people ever, except maybe this one time where it justifies it. So Jared comes back and he's super pissed.
Aaron and Brad are dead. Thanks to the Seeker looking for it.
I guess he never figured out that his friend was speeding.
I'm gonna end this once for all.
Jared, you can't.
Why not?
Because if you kill Wanda... Oh no, Jamie. You'll kill Melanie. She's still alive in there.
Is there really any reason why you don't want him to tell anybody? Oh no, now everyone's going to think that I pre-coordinated for Jamie to tell everybody at this exact moment, even though I had no idea that Jared was even gonna show up like this at all. Well, it looks like everybody's gonna get pissed off at her anyway.
You can stay in my place. She'll be safe there.
You tried to kill me and now you're protecting me?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I think he likes you too much.
What is too much?
If I've got anything to do with it, you'll never find out.
Sounds like she's got a really thick southern accent now. Supposedly this character is from Japan, I mean Louisiana. Shit! Saoirse Ronan's pretty good at pulling off a standard American accent, but as for the southern part, it's pretty much non-existent for the entire movie. So if you wanted to keep consistency, you probably should have re-recorded that line, especially considering it wasn't actually filmed on set and you recorded it in a booth.
If I've got anything to do with it, you'll never find out.
If I've got anything to do with it, you'll never find out, you yellow belly varmint. So now she's having sex and hey, it's Max Irons and not the other guy. It was all a dream that conveniently took place so that we could show some romance in this movie without it technically being rape. There are two minds in one body and they're not attracted to the same man, so yeah. Does it not feel kind of stupid that we woke up from someone's dream that isn't the main character? I think it would have been funnier if the exact same scene took place and then Uncle Jeb woke up sweating. Jared tells Ian that he wants to speak with the alien.
I'm not gonna kill him. I just want to talk to him. Jamie and Jeb believe that Mel is still alive and kicking in there.
I am.
It's still her body. I got to thinking, if I can't kiss her, I can't kiss you.
What? No, what is he doing? No, stop it. Stop, now. Don't do this. No, no.
I knew it. Mel, you're really in there. You hit me for kissing it.
How do you know that this wasn't just a trick from the alien? Well, I know just the way to find out if Melanie's trapped in there, and my plan involves kissing. Ugh. It's really interesting that you decided to put so much faith into the idea that if she were alive in there, that she'd probably be able to have quick muscle spasms dependent on what you were doing based out of convenience. It's also really interesting that you put so much faith in the idea that Wanda wouldn't try to stop you right away. I mean, wouldn't it be more likely that she would do that? Especially considering Wanda's already attracted to Ian, and supposedly Wanda has a little bit of respect for Melanie anyway. So theoretically, if he still did his I don't actually care about Melanie, but I think her body's super hot spiel, and Wanda was like, no, get the fuck off, that would have some pretty disastrous consequences to his reputation for both Wanda and Melanie. I guess it's pretty great that it all just worked out anyway despite all logic, otherwise Melanie might have just given up on life. And according to this movie, that alone would be enough to kill her. Come to think of it, why didn't Wanda do anything? This is a little rapey. So now Wanda's by herself. It was well understood that someone should have been keeping an eye on her, but for whatever reason they just stood there. So now some Randy wants to kill her. Oh, I just barely escaped. Oh no! So Randy struggles to try to push her into the water. Fail.
What are you doing? Let go. He'll die. Good. If he dies, he can't kill us.
It would have been funny if it were the other way around. Like if Melanie were screaming inside her head saying, help, save him! And Wanda's just like, I'm gonna walk away. It's pretty obvious to everybody that Randy was trying to kill her, but she lies and pretends like it was just an accident.
It was an accident.
What a noble and compassionate spirit. So Jared takes Randy to go on a supply run, aka they need an excuse for these two to be alone together. I guess they're not gonna touch on the fact that the Seekers saw them escape in an identical vehicle not too long ago. Oh great, you're in the middle of the open, how romantic. I'm starting to wonder why the aliens haven't utilized satellite imagery or drones. This is the last of the human resistance, and apparently it's not important enough to be using those. It's not like there are any other criminals on the entire planet that you'd be using those resources for.
Well, you know, science fiction is tricky.
Science fiction is tricky. I happen to be a huge science fiction fan, but you've called this science fiction for people that are not fans of science fiction. So what does that mean to you?
Well, some science fiction is really like technical. It's all about the spaceship and how fast it goes, and there's a lot of physics and math involved.
Is there any way Melanie can give us some privacy? Look the other way a moment. Step into the other room.
You wish.
Bitch.
Wanda, no! This is so wrong! You're not even from the same planet.
You two are now accomplices in sexual assault. You're into some really weird shit.
You're angry when I kiss a man you do love, and angry when I kiss a man you don't. It's very confusing.
It is very confusing. Even more confusing that you didn't use your muscle spasm superpowers to hit him, but you instead hit your boyfriend. Hey look, Jared's back and they're moving some bodies. And I like how at the beginning of the shot, everyone's standing perfectly still waiting for the director to tell them when to start moving. Seems like something that wouldn't really take that long to reshoot if you gave a shit. They see Jamie and start to wonder why he's not in the medical ward.
Your leg should be better by now. You need to see Doc.
I just came from there. He told me to go and lay down.
Apparently it's out of the question that he would be okay in bed.
This doesn't make sense. What is Doc thinking? What's more important than getting Jamie better?
There must be ulterior motives if he's not lying down in the medical ward. Like, I don't know exactly what you'd expect the doctor to be doing to him. Is it not possible that his bandaged wound simply needs to heal? Oh, it's a plot device, okay. Man, I wonder why plot devices always happen directly after I find myself questioning why a character's doing something so irrational. It's almost as if the script has an agenda of plot points it needs to meet, but doesn't give two shits about putting in the writing effort necessary to make the connecting parts seem the slightest bit reasonable within the story's universe. So anyway, we find out that the reason why they've been kidnapping people is so that they can do medical experiments on them and try to separate the souls from the host bodies. And it would appear as though it kills both parties. So now Wanda's super pissed because she's like, it's murder. We were only trying to enslave your entire population. She explains to Uncle Jeb that it's impossible to remove souls the way that they're doing it. Uncle Jeb believes her and then promises that they'll stop kidnapping people. So now for whatever reason, Melanie's either playing the silent treatment or she's lost consciousness inside her own consciousness?
Melanie, are you there? Melanie, where are you? Jamie's hurt. I need you. Talk to me. Melanie, please come back. I can't do this without you.
This then prompts Wanda to take some pretty drastic measures in order to try and bring her back.
Wanda.
I need you to kiss me.
There's like nothing else you could have done?
Why was she stopping you?
That's the problem. We're alone. She's gone.
I guess you'll have to make her really angry. Kiss her.
You need to bring her back. She hates me kissing you.
Oh my god. I understand that neither of us will enjoy this, but we have to do it to bring her back. It's the only way. All right, it's cool. The music that kicks in implies something entirely different than what's actually happening. Like, is this supposed to be romantic? I thought you were only doing this because you're worried Melanie has died. It's not working. Quick, take off my pants.
Jared. Melanie? Oh, stop!
What?
Melanie, you bit me.
I like how instantly sure you are that it's Melanie. There's no longer a shred of skepticism left in this sad, sad little mind. Well, she bit me, so it has to be Melanie. That's her fetish. All right, so given the fact that that 3-day absence literally took place over 3 minutes of screen time, it seems as if the only reason this happened at all is to serve as a pathetic excuse to get these two guys to kiss her one after the other. We were given no reason to assume that this was even a possibility, and then it happens completely inexplicably, only to be remedied through the traditional healing method known as sloppy seconds. There was just no other way. This is the young female target audience equivalent of a poorly written porno. The only real difference between the two is that this is able to cater towards its younger target audience under the guise that it's not porn. No, this isn't porn, this is just a story with lots of foreplay. Alright, so we'll have this hot guy delivering pizza to this hot girl's house and then they're gonna fuck. Yeah, I know it doesn't make too much sense, but whatever. People aren't paying for the story, they're paying to see people fuck. Alright, so we're gonna need to get this young girl to make out with these two J14 centerfold pretty boys one after the other, and we'll just say that they had to bring her back. Yeah, I know it doesn't make too much sense, but whatever. People aren't paying for the story, they're paying to see young people make out.
You have your cake and eat it too in this movie.
I know.
You do. You get both guys.
Tell me about it.
You know.
I think Wanda and Melanie are working together on this.
Yeah.
I know exactly what's going on.
I mean, full-on make-out scenes with both those guys.
Yeah. I'm just curious, how many hours did you spend doing kissing scenes? And you were just in the rain.
Yeah, we did. There was one day we both had to kiss Saoirse, and I think we spent the entire day doing it over and over.
Different angles.
Was it awkward for you guys to like just swap the girl out, especially in the one scene where Jake gets to kiss her first and then you get to kiss her next?
At least I got to kiss her first.
Yeah.
Was it weird for you and Max to keep kissing the same girl on set? There was like those scenes where you would kiss her and then she would.
Yeah, there was one scene in particular where I kissed her. At least I got to kiss her first.
Max, you have not one but two different kissing in the rain scenes in this film.
Hey, it's a tropical climate.
In the film, Wanda tells you that she can't kiss you because the person inside of her is in love with someone else. And then she tells you that you have to kiss her because she can no longer hear the person inside of her.
Of course, you had to kiss two boys in this movie.
I had to kiss her, and then I had to go out and call Max over, and then he had to kiss her.
What was it like having to kiss her and her parents are around?
So let's get down to real talk. What all of our viewers want to know is,
the boys,
you have
right?
the dream job.
Kissing.
Kissing. People talking about the kissing.
Yeah, a lot of kissing.
Saoirse, who was a better kisser, Jake or Max?
I have never been asked that question. I've never been asked.
Where a woman has an alien inside her and has two guys going, each personality has a relationship with a different guy is a dream. This is my absolute dream.